Man, I'm feeling like the time is now or never. Step my game up, got my weight up, the timing couldn't be better. Y'all niggas run your mouth, y'all could get it, it's whatever. You alphabet boys, my crew is the 7 letter, that's all G's. Niggas said they hard working, hardly trying to get lifted. High as one of them artists. I'm way too driven for y'all dudes to try to park.
We're doing with our show, and we call this the Run It Back. Now, Run It Back, you know, for those that are pretty much sports fanatics, Run It Back means back in the day, rewind it. But if those who play basketball, that means when you're playing one-on-one and somebody get the best of you, even if it's a taps game, Run That Back means let's do it over. You know what I'm saying? So that's what our segment is. It's called Run It Back. And what we're doing, we're highlighting some of the great athletes in Waterbury that came through our town that pretty much left their imprint. And what we're doing with showing homage and giving them some light, you know what I'm saying, what their basketball contributions have done in the past, while we should pretty much keep them living and keep them alive today. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these players, you know what I'm saying, they come back and help out the youth. But we just, you know, nonetheless, we want to, you know, acknowledge our Waterbury greats. So, one of the greats that we're going to have, you know what I'm saying, is our Waterbury's own. Before I say his name, he's one of the most prolific scorers that this city has ever seen. Back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, wasn't scared to go up against nobody. And he did a lot of trash talking, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, he brought it every time he stepped on that court. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the individuals that went through the basketball path, you know what I'm saying, traveled that road to great heights, and now is giving back to the kids in the community with the 4J's Academy. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Mr. Jayson Johnson from Waterbury, Connecticut.
Today's episode is sponsored by LeMan Fitness. Remember, results don't start until you do.
Jay, so we're gonna kind of like try to take it back, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask you, you know, what got you started playing basketball? Like, how did that love for the game, like, what sparked it?
What sparked me to really want to play basketball was to get out of the projects. That was my biggest thing. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Growing up in Long Hill, it was nothing but,
Right.
you know,
Right.
the BS, as they say. But
Yeah.
just getting out of the projects.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna take this back when I remember, like, see, we go way back, you know what I'm saying? So this is easy. We just gonna chop it up, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna chop it up. So, I remember we in Rotella. And at the same time, you know what I'm saying, we started going to the boys club. Now, like, our day, like, you know, sometimes me and my brother, we talk about, like, how, like, some of the kids of today didn't really have, like, a playing up system.
Right.
But back in the boys club, we had no choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might be in the 9 to 13, but you're in there with a whole bunch of, like, players that became great later.
Yes.
I remember it was one time we was playing the junior pro league at the boys club, right? And we were like the young pups on the team. And I think we had, shout out to Corny Booker, the great, you know, Talents and Moosey, Mike Sanders, and Hero Mill. They all was a little older than us.
Yes.
I think one time, me and you, I think was on a team with Corny. Now these are dudes that the only time you touching the ball is when you taking it out.
Yes, exactly. And they wasn't passing that.
They wasn't passing it. You be running up and down the whole game, but we ain't touching the ball.
Right.
I never forget one time, I want to say Corny got kicked out, and they was known for getting kicked out the league.
Always.
Me and you was talking like, yo, man, I hope Terry really stick by his word and not let him play tonight. Because if they ain't playing, we're gonna get busy.
Exactly.
But it was that mindset that we had, that we was always just waiting to get in there to, you know what I'm saying, so we can get the green light. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like we were young, but we was waiting to fill those voids. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got that, and like I was saying, like, a lot of the greats were in that junior pro league.
There was a lot of them.
A lot of them. You know what I'm saying? We little kids. And we are kids, but like we small.
Yes. We were small. Moosey and Townsend was like,
yo,
yeah.
And people don't and see like a lot of the kids today, they don't even know when you say Moosey and Townsend, they be like, I heard the name, but you know, be like, yo, they was legends.
Oh yeah.
They was kid legends, like, you know what I'm saying? When we was Corny Booker.
He's always gonna go down as a legend.
Yeah. These guys had handle out of this world. And they had the ability to take over games. Like, we didn't even know what taking over a game meant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they had it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Their team down, especially Moosey and Townsend. I don't know how they rigged it up where they all ended up on the same team. And they were like the two best in the league, but they ended up on the same team a lot of times.
Playing bully ball. Man.
Yeah.
Straight bullies, man. They was bullies.
Right. So, like with that, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring that up just, you know, just kind of like letting people know that for you, I see you like, you know what I'm saying? You know, obviously we was coming up together, but, you know what I'm saying? That fire was there, you know what I'm saying? At an early age, you know what I'm saying? So, you brought up talking about playing on the hill. Now, everybody knows that, like, you had to be on your A game every day on the hill.
Every day.
A taps game, you had to be on your A game.
Every day.
Everything, like, you know what I'm saying? So, what was, like, the hardest part for you? Like, was it ever a battle of transitioning from, like, playing and organized as opposed to playing, like, on the hill?
It was a big difference. Because when you play a street ball, it's no blood, no foul. So, it was plenty of times that Bub Swag.
He in the game just to fight.
Yes, Pops. A lot of them dudes, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yes. Yes, he did.
Yes.
And them dudes would take your head off. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? So it was kind of different. So, you know, when you're playing with a ref and you're not playing with a ref, you ain't going to call a foul because they're going to try to sun you.
They ain't going to give it to you.
Yeah. Get off the court, you crying. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to sit there and you're going to be cheerleading. So, I mean, I just never wanted to lose. So at the end of the day, it's like whoever I played against, whether it was my brother, you, anybody, I'm not gonna lose. I'm fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to fight. It was more than love. It was a passion for the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See, a lot of people love the game or like the game, but I was passionate about the game. That's the things that set me different than a lot of individuals that we did play with.
Right. I remember seeing over the course of like us being on the same team, the rec league and middle school and then high school, reading about you and everything, you've made a lot of big shots. And I remember, all right, this is a story, right? Now, we was playing in the rec league, but at this point, you was playing with a team off the hill.
Yeah.
And this when they had Little Berkeley and Big Berkeley. For those who don't know, like Long Hill had, you know, Berkeley, Warner, rec. So I never forget. This the year you was playing with a different squad, but we was playing. It was like Big Berkeley now.
Yeah.
So I'll never forget my boy J.E. We was talking. He was like, "Yeah, we gotta play so and so team." He was like, "I said, who's on that team?" It was like, "Yo, they got a lot of big dudes. I think Jay on the team." I was like, "All right." So I was like, "All right, Jay on the team." So I'm focused on the big dudes.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, I play with Jay every day, so you know what I'm saying. We should be all right. It's just, you know, we keep hustling." So they was worried about the big dudes. I said, you know what I'm saying, we should be straight, just body the big dudes, and you know what I'm saying, we'll be straight with Jay. Listen. Mind you, we in 7th grade. So we down at the rec, playing in the rec. He had giants on this team. So he was like, I'm feeling like, all right, I told Jay, I said, yo, y'all better step up. Like, thinking I'm gonna have an easy night. Man, if Jay explode for like 30 points, he's the reason why they won. Like, the big dudes just kind of like falling down. I'm like, dag on. Like, and it was like, that's when I said, like, dang, how I sleep on him? Like, I play with him every day. But it's like you hit a switch and you turn into like an animal. And we only 13 years old. Like,
I had a different mindset. Like, my mind, it was kill or be killed, man. Like, that was just that. I have my big cousin back then always talking junk. He was talking junk to me today. Some all these turnovers, come sit down.
Right.
But the thing is, I never faulted on my mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? It's what you do after you make the mistake that, you know, kept me going too. So back then, just think about it. In 7th grade, a lot of people didn't have the advantages we had either. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not that we had a lot of them, but we was playing in the recreational league, and then AAU wasn't even big at the time.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So it was
Right.
just like you had to be the king of where you was coming from.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to say, yo, I live on the hill, I just didn't want to be known for
Yeah.
being a bad kid. I wanted to know
Yeah.
for being
You're busy on the
someone-
court. Yes.
So when I got on that court, it's just something just changed, man. It just changed me. You know what I mean? So
Now let me ask you this: your honest opinion. Back when we was playing when we was playing on the Little Berkeley squad, right? Is it me, or every time we had to play against demons? Every time we had to play against demons, it was almost like the ref was the coach of the squad.
it was.
But now, can you get away with that today?
Hell no.
Like they had Mel and Stuvie and all them, the whole, Mark Brown and Gershon and all them. But we was ready. But when it came down to the game,
Because Ruff was the owner, the ref, and everything else at that time. So we was playing against about 6-7 people.
we played against 6-7 people at all times.
At all times.
We got 5 on the court, they got 6-7 on the court. They got the people doing the time,
Yes.
the scores.
Yes.
Oh, he in foul trouble. What? I only hit him one time.
Exactly. They used to cheat. They was not letting Berkeley win nothing.
Yo, listen, like when I think about that, I never forget one time we was playing against them, right? Shout out to Maul, God bless the dead. So they was getting us, and it was like maybe like 3 minutes left. At this point, it turned into a rout, right? So this is like one of the like most important games. I'm sitting on the side. Maul said, "Yo, E, I know they ain't calling your name, but just act like they calling your name. They was calling Eric Staten. The crowd, they had the whole crowd and everything. It was just us off the hill. Just act like they calling you and get hyped." Yo, it was crazy. Like when you think about like little moments like that, we kids, we getting cheated. Like
Exactly.
and we couldn't even. All we could do was talk to our coach. Like, yo, man, you see they cheating us, but what could he do? You know what I'm saying? Like Ralph and them let them in the league and anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Leon was our coach too.
Leon.
It didn't make it do it, but Molly, he definitely made light of a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, times that we did, if we did lose.
Yeah, he did.
He made light of it. He always cracked jokes and all the other
Always,
stuff. So
always. You know what I'm saying?
that was like one of the highest points too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we lost, we accepted it like men.
We accepted it, and then we always know to ride home in that van. Maul gonna be cracking jokes with somebody.
And then you got Mr. West talking about, don't you know
Yeah,
good?
yeah.
Man,
Don't you know no good?
Sheesh.
Right. So, fast forward to middle school. So now, I see y'all going against West Side. So now, this is a close game. And I happen to, this the year I got cut. You know what I'm saying? Everybody I get cut story. This is my Michael Jordan story when I got cut, right? I think there was some politics behind that. I was mad too, yo.
That was our 7th year.
Yeah. So I remember y'all playing against West Side. Now I'm watching the game. Now y'all down. Like, and it's like, you know how you do the 3, 2, you rip. I know was it who was bringing up the ball? But you ripped one of them and hit a half-court buzzer beater and won the game. I was like, yo, it's like other people would have kind of like gave up, like, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna burn the time out and just, fell back. But the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you was like, nah, I gotta get this ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you was like, you're tenacious on defense to actually get the ball with like 2 seconds left and actually hit a half-court shot and win the game. You know what I'm saying?
I was determined, man. I didn't want to lose.
And there's moments like this, like, daggone, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to lose that game.
Yeah, damn sure.
Y'all supposed to lose that game, but seeing that, it's like, dang, this dude don't give up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, you get moments like that. So now, I had I'm glad he walked away, so now he ain't gonna hear my embarrassing story. So, so 8th grade, now I'm on the squad, right? I never forget, we played North End. And this is like, you know, like a lot of times, I like to say I probably was more of the conservative. I ain't really get too riled up. And we played North End, blowing them out. You know what I'm saying? I got in a little bit, and it was like 3 seconds left in the game. Gusko was like, oh shoot, Eric, go in the game. I said, man, what the hell am I doing 2 seconds? Nah, I ain't going no game. Emma was like, come on, E, man, just go in there. I was like, nah, man, F that, man. I showed out, like, how am I doing 3 seconds? Like,
Just gonna stand out there.
yeah, I was mad, like, you know what I'm saying? I showed out, and, you know, I remember that ride back to Wallace, I'm pouting the whole time. And shout out to Gusto, because, like, he was like, Eric, can you sit on the bus for a minute? Yeah, like, pissed off, like, you know what I'm saying? They all get to talk about, you got 30, Edmund got 30, everybody else got like 15 points. I only went in there for like 3 seconds. Man, go ahead. So he was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? My bad. I just didn't, I didn't realize I didn't put you back in the game. Because, I mean, truth be told, we had a bomb squad.
Oh, we was rough.
You know what I'm saying? But he was like, it'll never happen again. And shout out to Gus, because it never happened again. But it was just that moment right there. I was like, yo, what the 3 seconds? What am I gonna do in 3 seconds? Nothing. But just stand there till the time go out.
And we probably beat. We killed. That's when we played against the Arsenal.
Yeah, Black.
Yeah, Black. Black was happy to be scoring, but I mean, that team was. If I had to like rate any team that I ever played for, any team, on to college, I would say that 8th grade. Our 8th grade team was.
Our 8th grade team was crazy.
We was beating high school kids.
We was beating high school kids by 20.
Easy.
By 20. We beat Crosby by like 25.
Yes.
Easy. Damn. So our team, our squad was so stacked. Now, I remember this because like West Side like gave us the best go in the championship. We still beat them by 20.
Yes. Exactly.
We still beat them by 20. But here's where, I don't know if you remember this, that year when all the middle schools went to Holiday Hill.
Yes.
And we wound up playing in a little basketball tournament. West Side, everybody, they had a little squad. Now, because we were so deep, Wallace had 2 teams.
Yes.
The starters and those that came off the bench. We wound up playing each other in the championship game.
Exactly. They was mad about that.
The Wallace squad, 2 Wallace squads ended up playing in the championship team.
Right.
We was that rough.
We was that rough.
It was.
You know what I'm saying?
Our practices was better than most of the games.
Yeah. Our practices.
God rest his soul, Rondell Blizzard. He used to play St. Pete's.
Yes. Yes.
We beat them 132 to 32.
Yes. Yeah.
I had more points than their whole team. I scored more points than their whole team.
Yeah.
In that game.
Yeah.
That's how we did that, Keenan.
So our Wallace squad, we a couple of us battled, you know what I'm saying, over the years, like what squad was better. And I tell them, I was like, yo, listen, our Wallace squad was like super deep.
Yes, it was.
And it was like, you got the starting 5, all them averaging double figures. And then you can go like to the 8th man on the bench that's still averaging 10 points. Just off the bench. You know what I'm saying?
That was Joe LaMonica.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So we was stacked. And you figure, what if that squad all went to Crosby?
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? I remember one time we was, I think our senior year, we was all in high school. But they had brought up, I wish I was able to find it, like they talked about like all the people that started at Wallace, if they would have transitioned and went to Crosby, how our squad, if we would have just all stayed together, would have looked over time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Crosby would have been, shout out to Dame and Ant Ireline and all them. You know what I'm saying? Like they held it down, Bob and all them, Joel and all them.
Yeah.
They was a powerhouse team.
Yes, they was.
They held it down for 4 or 5 years, you know what I'm saying, and out. But I do believe if we all transitioned from Wallace, everybody that went to Wallace transitioned to Crosby, Crosby would never have lost. We probably would have won a lot more championships than they.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because there was really, back then, people used to be like, oh, but y'all got, Ed, but we was like, yo, we played games without Ed.
Yeah.
With Brandon Grimm being the big man.
Exactly.
So, but we still beat people like 25, 30 points.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't just, Ed was, tall and everything, but we were so deep. You know what I'm saying? You would have had to have more. And most teams they couldn't answer us for 4 quarters. It's over. You might be able to hang for a quarter.
that's it. We came out of warm up. It was just
right.
Around, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So check this out. Now, we got middle school, high school, right? I ain't gonna get to high school yet. But now, another thing with being on the hill. Now, I think Crosby is the one. Well, before I even go there, I did some research, and I went back and looked at. It's kind of like just who was who, like in the city, and 70% of like the stars in the city came from up top.
Yes, they did.
Even if they went to Wilby, even if they went to Sacred Heart, even if they went to Holy Cross, a lot of them lived up on the hill. Caner, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, they did.
A lot of them lived up on the hill. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So you could make the case that an all Berkeley squad
could have beat a lot of high schools.
Yes, an all Berkeley squad could have beat a lot of high schools just with some of the great players that came up on the hill. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is with Crosby, it's almost like it has its pecking order, and you kind of have to wait your turn with certain phases. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, okay, just looking at it, you know what I'm saying? You figure, boom, you go to Crosby your freshman year. Now Dre's already there, but who was before Dre? Haran, D Cope, Cag. You know what I'm saying? So you probably figure out of those, you probably got Cag first.
Yep.
Maybe what? Haran
was definitely Haran. Haran definitely was
the. Then maybe.
I mean, D Cope played, but he didn't play as much.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He was more of a he was a role player. You know what I mean? But he played by heart. You know what I'm saying? And I would say out of point guards besides Squirt.
Squirt.
My brother was probably that next dude because he was like a general then. He was beyond his years of playing basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was the Magic Johnson of it. You know what I'm saying? Could he score? Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had that ball on a string and he did you know what I'm saying?
I never see. It's kind of like when Kendrick was like, "Dang, did Dre play?" I was like, "What?" It's like I didn't really see like Dre play until like I think I was like in 7th grade. And I was like, "Oh shoot!" Like Dre, like it was one of the times when the Berkeley Knights we used to play at Crosby's halftime. Leon set it up where the Berkeley Knights play at the halftime. And Dre was in there playing. I'm like, oh shoot, Dre nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? He moved the ball and control the pace. Can, get people, the open man the shots and everything. I was like, yeah, wow. That's where Dre get it from. So then, you know what I'm saying, we all migrate up top of the club.
Yes.
Now you see everybody at their rawest form.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? No coaching, no nothing. You probably ain't gonna get no fouls.
No.
And if you playing inside, you're gonna be slipping and sliding.
You're playing on the kitchen floor.
You playing on the kitchen floor. That's when I seen D. Cope, how nice he was. Because he had like that little push shot, but it was automatic.
Yes.
And he had handle too. And then when you watch D. Cope and then you see Dre, it's like, all right, you kind of see some of D. Cope and Dre.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then now you got D. Cope, Dre, then bam, you. so when I got older, I'm like, yo, hold on. Jay kind of had an unfair advantage because.
But I was playing against all them in the cage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every day, it's like, in order for my brother to get to the cage, he had to take me.
He had to take you.
I mean, I'm going to play. I'm going to have some fun.
But take Jay with you. All right.
You know what I mean? So that's another thing, too. Where I got most of my heart and playing crate ball.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you can't shoot if you can shoot on the crate, you can shoot on the
you can shoot on the rim, yeah. Because you got to make it perfect with the crate. You got to make it perfect. You got this little square and you're shooting that circle thing right in there. You got to make it perfect.
You know what I mean? So, doing that, playing that, And then also, like, you know, me and my brother used to go at it. Days in and day out. Fighting. We'd fight, you know what I'm saying? And then go home. You know what I mean? But because I never wanted to lose. Right. So if I was starting to lose, I'm going to start a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to fight now. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he had beat up on me. He did a lot. He prepped me for the game. Yeah. So that's what changed a lot of things too. You know that both we didn't grow up with a father, so he was my father. Yeah. And it was like if I ain't make 10 left hand layups off the right foot, he gonna try to make me do push-ups. You know what I'm saying? It was things like that. Like a lot of things he was trying to teach me at a younger age. Right. And I wasn't acceptive of it until I got the notoriety. Jay Ice is the one who really found me and my brother, because think about it, Berkeley was already playing. Right. And he just kept saying he heard about us around the circle, that's what. And Jay Ice
Jay Ice the one that was going around the circle.
Exactly. Yes. So
because he lived in my building.
Yeah. He came around and said, "Hey, do y'all want to come play in this game?" And he went to Proof. Proof, could you get them to come? That's the only way we was able to get up to the club, because my mother wasn't gonna let us leave. We couldn't leave the sandbox. We go to the sandbox or we go right there to the cage. Right. So then Proof was like, I'll watch him. I'm the coach. He coached that one game and we turned up. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, they was just like, you on the team.
You on the team. So, and that's crazy too, because like a lot of people, we kind of touched upon this before, but if you ain't from the Hill, you don't understand what that term is, or them around the circle kids. Oh yeah. That's them around the circle dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because we said it to them, and I'm sure they said it about us. Now I ain't going on them around the circle kids, because it was two sides. Like now people off the Hill think we all together, but no, we was divided. It was divided, yeah. At the mailbox. Yep. From the mailbox up, that was one side. From the mailbox down, the cages, that was yours. Yep. The other side, but we all refer to them as around the circle. Yeah, exactly. That's an around the circle dude. Now you figure there's a lot of people that didn't even play college, high school ball that was nice up top too. Yes. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that didn't even play. You know what I'm saying? We had the opportunity to play with them at the club and at the cages, but it's like, daggone, like, if you think about our growth in the game, we was getting a lot of teachings, not even knowing, just out there. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Playing. And you down there every day, you got no choice but to play. You got no choice but to play. Exactly. Ain't nobody talking about I can't guard him. What you mean you can't guard? Let somebody beat you on like 2 or 3 plays back to back. Who got so-and-so? Exactly. They're calling you out.
Why you in front of them?
Whose man is this? Whose man is this? Yo? Who got that?
In front of them. Me. Who man? What?
That's true, because like if you think about it, right? Rob,
Gert, he had handle.
Yeah. Like if people seen how they played when we was in the projects. Yes. They was like, it should have been a no-brainer. They should have been playing. They both made Crosby team. Yeah. They just didn't play. K-Ray got a little more playing time. Yeah. Because he was a little more, I would say a little more skilled. But Gert was fast. Rob was fast. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he would get buckets on you too.
He'll cross you too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, and I think a lot of times, like, we was at the boys club, so we got touched with a lot of organized basketball. You know what I'm saying? And, we play up top every day, but we still at the boys club, and we don't. So people like kind of like know us. Oh, okay. But them, wherever they went after that, I don't know him. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like now you got to prove yourself, and now you might play a little timid because you know it's eyes on you to see what you can do. Whereas at the club, they could just be free, and do their thing.
And they couldn't transition.
They couldn't transition to that.
Didn't transition to a regular game of basketball to a pickup game of basketball.
Right, you know right. So, and that's a lot of people that kind of like fell under that umbrella that was good. Like, yo, I take him all day up here. Yeah.
When you see him again, they be like, oh, yeah. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They don't shine in the moments.
In the moments, right. You know what I'm saying? Now, so let's say we got 8th grade, then right before high school, right? 8th grade, you and Ed got busy.
Listen, I try to tell people, I made that, man. I made that. Ep1 scored unless I gave him the ball.
Talk
Right?
your shit, man. Go ahead, yo.
Like, he didn't get his dunks unless I threw it off the backboard, and I could have took the layup, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, at that time in 8th grade, I understood a lot about the game because remember Calhoun came to the gym. A lot of the colleges used to come see Ed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was 6'7", running the floor like us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, his skill set wasn't very high, but he was athletic.
He was athletic. He
You know
run
what I'm
that
saying?
floor.
Yeah, he was a beast. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, if we could get them going, then everything going, he get a dunk. Once he gets that two-hand dunk off the backboard.
Yeah. And think about it, it's over.
Yeah, nobody else. The game was a wrap.
It's over.
They couldn't even
Because they're intimidated,
Yes.
and now it's like we like pit bulls out there. We scrapping at everything.
We go up 30, 40 quick, and they like,
Quick.
damn, you know what I'm saying? And it was like one thing I would say when we was in 8th grade that made me feel different was I didn't want to sit down because I had you, Terrell,
Yeah.
Tyson,
Garrett, at the
Garrett,
time, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? All these dudes. So if I'm starting and then we got to, I didn't want to sit down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like shit. Like let me at least get my 20.
Yeah,
first,
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And if I didn't get my 20, I'm pissed off.
You
Like, yo,
pissed off.
like, come on, man. Like yo, let me get this next shot. You know what I'm saying? But so that's why I always came out ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was like as soon as the tip, I'm gone.
Gone.
I'm,
Yeah.
By any means necessary, I'm going to get a bucket, right? So
Yep.
now, like you said, when Gusto or Mr. Henry said, yo, all right, Johnson, come on. I feel okay now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got 20, 30 points, and we up, and I'm like, cool. So I could cheer people on, but
Yeah.
I was worse than Kobe and Jordan because I didn't want to see y'all eat. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest. I was like, hell no. Like, I'm the show. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. And the thing is, like, you the show, and it's like, yo, Jay need a break. Anybody want to go? Oh, yes, let's go. Ain't nobody sitting back there now, I want to go in. We're like, what? Let's go, I'm ready, call me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was like it was like a pack of wolves ready to go in any moment.
Any moment.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you gonna give me 10 minutes? All right, we're gonna make the most out of those 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? We try to score 1,000 in 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what made other, like, you can break down other great middle school teams, right? But when it comes to our bench, we was too deep.
Too deep.
Too deep. And here's the thing, not only was we deep, but everybody was hungry.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you put somebody in that want to try to figure out the game. No, we ready.
We ready.
Gone. Ain't no warming up.
Exactly. And it was like our 1 through 5, our 5 through 10 was the same thing.
Same thing.
And we had a big, we had two big,
Yeah.
2 big. Remember, Pat Graham was almost the same height as Ed.
Yeah.
He
true.
wasn't as good as Ed, but he was somewhat muscled. And
Yeah.
we after you start bringing it down for position, we had everything sold up.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? And then think about it. There's a lot of people that got cut that year too. That should have been playing with us.
Should have been playing.
Right?
That's true.
So
That's true.
it was you had to be one of the best coming out in that 8th grade era.
You had to.
You know what I mean?
So now, check this out. Now we transition 8th grade. Boom. Monster Squad. High school, everybody go to different spots, right? So I think this time, you and Ed is like the only freshman starting.
Yes.
So I'm like, we go from being on the same team, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we peers, like, you know what I'm saying? We're on the same team, we played in Berkeley together, you know, yeah, Jay, you know, you feel like you know when you feel like you know somebody till you don't know them? You feel like, you know, I'm thinking, me and Jay, we got the, you know, we kind of like the same until the city jamboree. This one, for me,
man.
I'm gonna tell you like this. This one I was like, all right. 8th grade was one thing. 7th grade, the boys club, Berkeley. That was one thing. That freshman year jamboree, I had to say, all right, Jay in the class by herself. Now I say that because, all right, check this out. This is when you still got Mike Sanders, you got Devon Parker, you got, you know what I'm saying? Freaking Dane Manning. You got like a lot of heavy hitters, you know what I'm saying, playing in this jamboree.
Mm-hmm.
Like the big dogs. And y'all had a nice squad too. Rob, Dre, Sharon Watson, I think. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had a nice squad. So boom, Crosby ended up playing Wilby for the champion. Now mind you, this one at Jamboree is
packed.
It's packed.
It was packed.
All the way up.
Packed.
You know what I'm saying? You would think, and I didn't even know that it was snowing that day. It was snow. We had like a snowstorm. Ain't nobody missing the Jamboree. You can't even cancel that.
No.
Packed. So now, boom, Crosby and Wilby in the championship. So I'm like, all right, this will be a good game. You know, everybody, up top we rooting for Crosby.
Yeah.
So we watching, and I'm like, now mind you, Jay starting. Now, the winding minutes of the game, the quarter, next thing you know, boom, Jay come down, pop a 3. Everybody go crazy. Next thing you know, Jay come down, pop another 3. Everybody go crazy, Jay pop another. We like, yo! Now, at this point, the city Jamboree, that's like the biggest stage.
Yes.
Until, because after that, everybody get broken up and play on different nights, and you know what I'm saying? Or, like, if you got a game, I got a game, nobody's at nobody's game. But the Jamboree, the city Jamboree, that one, everybody's there. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to see Jay get bit, like, he got busy, like, past his brother, Devon, all them, it was like, and Crosby ended up winning. So I was like, wow, that's when I was like, okay, you got this one. I'll see you in a couple years, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, now it was like, all right, Jay in the class by itself, because like I said, you know when you think you know somebody till you don't know him? It's like, I didn't know he had that in him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The crazy thing is, we talked about that. We always, when we had the package store and all that, we always just talk about it. So I'll bring up that moment. But that wasn't the highlight of that game to me. Hitting them threes and to put us up to win. It was me blocking Rodney Cunningham's shot on the backboard.
On the backboard.
When I caught his shot on the backboard, I said, yo, I'm ready. Hey, y'all can't see me. Because I had the athleticism.
Yep.
I was fast, and I was the smallest. That was like 125 out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was this. See, that's the things that I say, like, the kids don't have now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I shot the ball, I did that. The difference was I didn't have to control the ball either. My brother was the point guard.
Right.
So he had to take his role from, him, Rob, and Sharon going to be the man.
Yeah.
To, this little dude coming in, starting as a freshman. And carrying us to this victory. You know what I'm saying? And with all that lights, and that's when I got that name Showtime.
Okay.
Right after that game, radio started calling me. They was like Showtime.
Yo, listen. Any other freshman don't even want to go in the game because it's so big.
It was so big.
Think about it. Like, and I never forget, we was at the club. And it was like when the season was about to start, so I was talking with your brother. He's like, yo, you starting over there? I was like, nah. I said to myself, hell nah. I ain't trying to, I'm scared of that moment. Freshman and JV for me.
Yes.
But, you figure at that time, most freshmen, it was like, I might have a good JV game, right? I run to the back to get dressed.
Yeah.
So the coach don't say, hey, yo, Washington, you gonna sit? Nah, I'm out. Hey, Eric, I'm in the bleachers. Oh, man, I was gonna use you tonight. Sorry, next time.
Next time, word.
Because I'm like, nah, I ain't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? The lights is bright. You know what I'm saying? We understood that these games count.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so for you to have that, then like, nah, I'm ready and taking shots and doing your thing, none of us, you know what I'm saying, had that. You know what I'm saying? We might think, I would have did. No, we wasn't even ready for that. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you were small, you was like how Jordan was 2 years ago. Like Jordan, he's hitting growth sports now.
Exactly. But I tell them that all the time. I say, yo, listen, they all be, hey, I was better than you. I could shoot better. I'm like, dog, y'all couldn't. I would have mopped the floor with them. That was gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like I really would have did what I wanted to do to them.
Right.
They would have understood what it was. It was just I had a different mindset and mentality. You know what I'm saying? And then if they said, like for example, like you said, we was playing against Life, we was playing against Devon and all them dudes. They was all upperclassmen, so I felt like I was better. So I'm gonna go tell them. I'm going hard at them.
Right.
Because I want to win. You know what I mean? Like, I just never, I don't know, man. I was determined.
Right.
I was really, really, really determined.
And the fact that You was determined, and you had the skill set too.
Yeah.
The skill set. So now when you say that Dre had you doing these, you know what I'm saying? Who knew? Like,
That's what listen, we laugh every time. My brother used to have me run the stairs on the hill. Every stairs on the hill. And then we made our own. Remember back in the day, it was jump soles.
Yeah.
Remember the big soles at the bottom? You know what
I
I'm
still
saying?
got the strip shoes.
Yeah,
Listen.
yeah. So, you either had the strip shoes, and if somebody had the ones with the cool strap.
Yeah.
Those are fake.
Those are fake.
So my brother made me something. He was like, yo, this is what's gonna get you to the next level.
Yeah.
And as bad as I didn't want to do it, I did it. You know what I mean? Like I would do it. I would do the unnecessary things that was gonna make me better.
Right.
Right. But did I know? No. Because if I would have known, I would have listened, and I would have did a lot of other things different. You know what I mean? Like I would have tried to go play some freshman or JV. I never played a freshman or JV sport, so I don't like when people talk to me about those. I don't. It doesn't add up to me. It doesn't make sense to me because it's like, damn, I never had that experience. I could talk about starting as a freshman and having all these great things, but experiences playing with our peers again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you see, like, damn, Jay made it, Jay got it, Jay's, you know what I'm saying? But nah, like, I still didn't feel accomplished because I wanted to play against my peers to show, like, let's show the difference. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna be better? Who's gonna be? Because remember, if we was one unit and then we all dispersed. I mean, a lot came to Crosby, but like you went to Caner, Ed went to Holy Cross,
Rel too.
Rel went to Holy Cross, and Rel was great in football too. You know what I'm saying?
Rel was nasty.
And then the rest of the dudes, they fumbled somewhere else. Some got arrested. Some didn't even make it to high school with us. You know what I mean? But just to look back at that and you understand, just the understanding of it is like, damn, man, I wanted to play freshman because I wanted to beat everybody's points. Yeah. Right? I didn't care about the 1,000 points at that time in high school. I was thinking about, I'm going to score 1,000+ points as a freshman. And JV, I'm going to have 1,000+ points. And then whatever accumulates in varsity is what it was. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And then to be mentioned like in the newspaper and start seeing it, Crosby second leading scorer. Because at the end of the day, Rob was the best athlete out of the Sanders. Yes. You get what I'm saying? Yes. And Rob carried us. Rob had his corner jump shot. Rob was big. Rob was Chris Webber. Chris Webber.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what his game was. Yeah. Rob had that Chris Webber type game.
When you look at it like that, it's like, damn, man, like, you know what I mean? So, but they embraced me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And my whole goal of it was, I was gonna play 1 year with my brother. Mm-hmm. And then me and Ed was going to go to Holy Cross or Choate or Taft. Because remember, Choate and Taft wanted me and Edmund fresh out of mid. Like, we could have picked any school we wanted to. It was like, just pick a school. You ain't got to worry about it. Y'all two coming. Right? Yeah. So, it was going to be a package deal wherever we went. And the Holy Cross every year was recruiting me. Come on. You ain't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? You'll come, Rob and them had, General and them had it sold up. So it was just like, but then it was like, man, I'm making my own path.
Exactly.
Right? So it's like, but if I would have stayed on that path with Ed, what would have happened? You see what I'm saying? Right. There's a lot of variables that you could put into the situation. I made a great path in my life and playing basketball, but I would have had it much easier if I stayed with the 6'9" giant and we would have tandem everywhere we went. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And it would have just been.
Yeah. I know. Do you remember? I'm sure you probably do. But like now, Hero Miller, he was a problem too. Mm-hmm. And so we all at the rec. This is one of the way we came up, it was like the boys club, the rec, you know what I'm saying, certain leagues. There was always some like little iconic moments, you know what I'm saying, playing. Because we all was there playing. Right. I remember one day, I don't know what happened, but you and Hero was going at it.
That was my nemesis, man.
Yo, you and Hero was going at it. Like, Hero was like the senior. He was, kind of quiet, just getting busy, but you freshman talking junk the whole time. Like, you can't guard me. Like, Smallest guy on the court talking junk the whole time. You like, yo.
Because that's what they always think. Yo, Harold's better than you. Nah, Harold ain't better than me, man.
Yeah.
I ain't seen. I'll tell you to this day, I ain't seen nobody better than me.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of great basketball players I played against.
Mm-hmm.
That I can't say. You know what I mean? And being that I played. I mean, well, AAU was like started in our 7th grade year.
Mm-hmm.
And Wayne was already conducted because Wayne had Shaq and all them on the team back then, so he had great teams. But I remember in 8th grade, and he came to the after it was one of our games or whatever. He came up to me, got my name, my number, whatever, and it was like a formal recruit. And then he was like, you know, he called my mom. He had a professional pitch and everything.
Uh-huh.
You know, I would love for your son to come play for Connecticut Select. And it was like, Connecticut Select?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, like, I'm somebody. And my brother was like, hell yeah, you playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is, you know, because we have starters and all that other shit. But
Yeah.
it was like, yo, you got to play for this team. You travel. You know what I mean? You going everywhere. And to be an 8th grader, me and Bobby Moore playing with seniors. You know what I'm saying? Seniors and juniors and all that. And these dudes was nice. Like Terrence Christie, he went to Clemson. We had CM Smith, Sean Jones, Adree, Tabucky brother. All these dudes was they was top. They was Division I. Well, at that time they was high Division I athletes. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And just for us to be able to go play as an 8th grader, and all my years of playing in high school. You know what I mean? And what I tell people is, especially my son and like all my little cousins and everybody else, that when I was in high school, I was a celebrity. Mm-hmm. I had a different pair of sneakers every game. I used to change my sneakers every 2 pair of sneakers every game. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had some Adidas that Wayne might have gave us. Second half, I'm coming out of some fresh Jordans or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it was just living it. And then, you know, you in the crowd. At the time, you know, I was with my oldest son's mom. Yeah. But I had women in the crowd. And at the end, you know what I'm saying? I just seeing what the NBA life is like was what I was living in high school. Because it's like, at the end of the game, you got the little girls coming up to you, giving you a kiss on the cheek. I'm gonna call you tonight. You sliding your little notes. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have cell phones, so when they called you like hope somebody was in the house. Like, nah, bro, you ain't gonna be on the phone. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I used to unplug the home phone. Like, so Dre tried to get on the phone, like, mommy bugging. Nah, I'll plug this shit back in because I'm looking at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I was already on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was before my time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like alone, like I said, cousin them, I was always with them. Right. You know what I mean? And they kept me focused because they used to always be like, man, get out of here, man, go shoot a basketball or something, go do something. And I'm like, nah, I want to go hang with y'all. Right. I want to go to the Sugar Bowl. I want to go over here. I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like, I had the basketball in the bag, but I wanted everything else.
But the good thing about that too, it's like how we came up and we seen like some of the ones ahead of their time when we was young, but they fizzled out in middle school. Yes. They don't have a high school story. No. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got a middle school, high school, college, you know what I'm saying? Like, now suppose that they would have let you come down some of the BS that you probably would have got into going down, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, kind of like, you know, how, what they say with Kobe, too young to hang out with the rest of the Lakers, you know, nah, you go shoot a ball. All right, I guess I'll go to the cave to go, you know what I'm saying, play some ball, whatever. But in the long haul, that's what still separated you from everybody else, because then you didn't get caught up into the stuff that could have just swindled everything, your whole path. You know what I'm saying? So now, that high school, people are like, oh yeah, he was nice back in 8th grade. But now it's like, nah, what you were supposed to be, you was able to become that from 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that we came up with that was nasty then. They were supposed to be great, but they was just nasty then.
Nasty then at that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't get the opportunity to allow that to grow into, you know what I'm saying? Because some of them was ranked higher than some NBA players back in the day. Exactly. They didn't even get a chance to, they didn't even showcase in high school. None, not at all. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, like, I look at, like, especially Waterbury, like when you go back and you look at some of the archives, it's like, yo, so many greats, like Waterbury's basketball, high school basketball was a huge stage.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you look at all the different cities, we have the most high schools.
Of them all.
So when and outsiders look at, oh, nah, I never forget. A couple years ago, I was working in Stanford. Going back, well, a lot of years now, but I was working in Stanford, and this dude was like, yo, he said, dude, everybody in Waterbury play basketball? And I was like, why you say that? He's like, yo, I just be seeing dudes with slides with their backpack, like they about to go, the basketball look, like you got slides on, you about to go get busy. I was like, well, it is a basketball town, like, there is a lot of ball players in Waterbury, you know what I'm saying? And when you look at other cities, they might have 2 or 3 high schools, but Waterbury got like 7, 6, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said before, a lot of people going up on the hill, I don't even think it was enough room for Crosby to harness everybody.
Right, because remember, Marlon grew up on the hill, around there with us, with me and my brother, and he wound up going to Kennedy. You know what I'm saying?
I remember this story. Now, see, the people on the hill, back in the day, we used to have field day up the club. Where they used to have little tournaments, the sack races and stuff like that. And we used to get trophies and stuff. Mr. Weston passed, he had a whole bunch of trophies and whatever, like you won. And I think at this point, now, the squad I had, it was me, Ely, and Marlon. This is like Marlon first getting the basketball Marlon.
Yes.
Like,
because he was in the baseball.
Yeah.
Marlon was nasty in baseball.
First getting the basketball Marlon.
Which one?
Marlon Parker.
MP.
So, yeah, MP. So, we played against, I think it was you, Little Chris, and Gert. Yo, listen. This was like Leon and all the old heads. Yo, we got them Jay and them. Oh, now y'all about to go down because now we beat everybody in our path and boom, championship inside the club. Boom. We got lucky. We won, right?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was pissed.
Jay was mad.
I was pissed, man. I was pissed.
Jay was mad. Your cousin out his whole team.
I was pissed.
Jay was mad, Joe. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you fast forward, you said, like, you see the determination. Even if it was a 3-on-3 tournament of the club, Jay wasn't trying to lose. Like,
I wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that determination. You know what I'm saying? That fire. So, when you, like I was saying, so, like, the Hill had so many great players. Not even good. The Hill had a lot of great players. Like, Marlon ended up being great at Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Evan, people forget, Evan lived in OPs.
In OPs, yes.
Holy Cross.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got, hey, I don't know if you remember, back in the day, DH used to be nice.
Yeah, DH lived right on the
right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The OPs. You know what I'm saying? You got Drizz, you got T-Lot.
Yes.
They all came up on the Hill.
23.
Haran went to Crosby, but you got all these greats that came up on the Hill. It's like, oh, even my man, Banks, Ant Banks, went to Wilby.
Ant Banks was young.
You know what I mean? So it's like, everybody couldn't fit in one
Kev
school. Kev Eason, Wilby. You know what I'm saying? With Phil Lott in them. So it's like, how do you if you, like I said, if you take an all-hill squad.
It was rough. It was rough. It was rough.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like a lot of the hierarchy started on the court. Not in the league, started either at the cage or up the club. You know what I'm saying? And like up the club at a certain time, like if the lights ain't come on, you be like, hey, Mr. West, can you cut them lights on? And we're gonna ball till about 11 o'clock.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, what in high school, what would you say your like hardest transition or most challenging in high school?
What my
From now, you got your freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say would be like when you had to step your game up, more or less?
To me funking off my sophomore year.
Okay.
And that's what a lot of people don't know that. A lot of
Okay.
people just think I played all 4 years and I had this amount of points. I was on a road to getting 2,000 plus points if I played all 4 years.
Okay.
And every year I missed the first 3 or 5 games.
Wow.
Every year.
Wow.
Well, put it this way, no. My freshman year, I missed 5 games because I sprained my wrist. We was playing Sacred Heart.
Okay.
I was trying to get at I was, woo! You know what I'm saying? And I got hurt, so I set out 5 games, but then I came back and we finished off. But my sophomore year, I played the first 5 games and didn't play no more. I flunked off, but that was the way of the coach trying to show me, like, we need you, we want you, we love you, you that guy, but you ain't doing something right. You know what I mean?
Man.
And think about it, I had my son too.
Okay.
So I had a kid as a freshman going into my sophomore year, and then still trying to play basketball.
Wow.
So my mindset was totally different. I was grown at that time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I was a man now.
Right.
But I still wanted to be a kid.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, one thing R. Jelly said to me was, you came in talking about you're a man, but you're not making men decisions, right? You're making kid decisions. But now when we treat you like a man, you asking to be a kid again.
Right.
Right? This is true talk. We had this talk in his office. Because he had the power to allow me to play.
Yeah.
But I had to sit out and I had to watch my team suffer, like Space and all these dudes that came.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I let my team down then. You know what I'm saying?
So you only played 5 games?
I only played the first 5 games.
Wow.
The first 5 games. I mean, I made do of it. I at that time, ending my freshman year, I averaged 15 points as a freshman. Going into my sophomore year, the first 5 games, I averaged 21 points a game. So at 21 points a game, just think about it. We played 22 games. I played 5, and I was averaging 21 points a game.
Wow.
Right? Then I set out. Then coming into my junior year, my mindset was just like, I'm off it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worrying about the female no more. I'm not worrying about this. And we had conversations because at the time I was traveling. Like I said, I was able to travel and play AAU basketball. So I seen like the dudes, like, matter of fact, no, put it this way. I was in camp with Kevin Garnett, Sham God, Stephon, Wayne Turner, Zendon Hamilton, Meta World Peace, Felipe Lopez. This is the Dita camp. This is my sophomore year in high school.
Okay.
And you only could get invited to this camp. You know what I'm saying? So when I was this is what I tell people, right? They can say what they want. They can talk all the best they want. I was top 3 in my class for a point guard, and I wasn't a point guard. Khaled Al-Amin was in my class.
Right.
A lot of other dudes was in my class. The top three was Edmund, Bobby, me, Chris Jenkins, and he was from Massachusetts, and it was another person. And then Khaled Al-Amin was like number 7.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So, and I got the Street and Smith books. I got the Hoop Scoop books, all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I can double back and show you my accolades. Like when I say I was that tough, I was tough.
Yes.
Right? So, like, moving past the sophomore thing, now my son is 2 years old. I'm a sophomore. I got a 2-year-old. I'm going to school with my son. You know what I'm saying? So they gave me privileges to whereas I spend a half a day in school, and then I'm back home with the kid, like with the baby. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we just had to make sure my work got done. But going into my junior year, my mindset was totally different. Even when we was in practice, it was different. Like I was locked in every single day. So Brandon, AV Knowles, Kelsey, all these dudes will tell you, like Adam Marshall, they'll tell you it's to the point where I'm about to pump. It was a lot of times I was gonna put my hands on a lot of dudes in there. They was coming around. Yeah, they playing around. And I was like, dog, like, I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that first day of practice when we came in there, our Jelly told him we run a sets or whatever. No play happens unless it goes through Jason's hand. And I'm shooting at that time. You know, these dudes talking about step shooting from. I was shooting back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So coming into that, I like I said, I had the mindset. I had extra training because they started investing into me. Like DeVito, Mahoney, our coaching staff, they invested in me. You know what I'm saying? And then just for them to show me that, you know, we go downstairs, they changed the locker room, so we had like an NBA locker room.
Okay.
Coming into Crosby, we just had a regular locker room.
Yes.
But going into after my freshman year, all the way up, we had like our own cubbies. You come in, you know, it was like living, like I said, when I told you, felt like I was living an NBA life. I was living an NBA life because I'm going in there. I had, you know, gifts, I had things and incentives, like, you know what I'm saying? And my incentive was, Dan Noonan used to always tell me before the game, any point you get after 20 is $10 to $20. So you already know. I'm coming from the projects.
Yeah.
What?
Word.
10 to 20.
Give me that.
$10 to $20 after every point. Oh, I'm going for 20, 40 points. And it didn't matter. I wasn't getting 20. And if we were still winning, yo, coach, I got to get back in the game.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? I got to get back in
there.
You know what I mean? And I threatened them a lot. I threatened our judge a lot. Like, yo, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm transferring. I'm transferring after this game. Man, sub, get back in the game. Ask Jacobinos. Ask Adam Marshall. They would
Get
tell
out
me.
of here. I'm transferring.
They was like, yo, this dude got so much privileges, and it was just like, I took advantage of it because I worked extra hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I carried my team to the States every year. Mm-hmm. It was just that some dudes just didn't get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then, like you said, I played against Ed. I averaged 43 points against Holy Cross. I averaged, so that means in order to average 43 points, you got to score 40 plus points a game.
40 plus.
Right? My junior year, when I scored 32 points in the third quarter, it was remarkable. I still watch the tape. I lied to him. Ask my brother because I couldn't understand it. Yo, no, because it's funny, right? Because my brother always said, nah, you ain't have 30. You ain't even had this many points. And we counted them one for one. Like the whole first half, I didn't score a point.
The whole first half,
I did not score a point. I probably shot the ball 2 or 3 times. Mine, they was running a triangle too. They had Markalon and some other kid. They won't let me touch the ball. Yeah, so if I get the ball, I had to hurry up and get rid of it.
Yeah.
The second half, I remember like I put on the 11s.
Okay. Sneakers.
I took off the Medinas. I said, damn, this is for shoes. You know what I'm saying? I put on the 11s. I lied to you not. Tom T. Gert, all them dudes came out. I seen them walking in on the, you know. We had Holy Cross in the Palace. They walking up, they going in there. LHP.
Yeah.
You already know they start doing this. We in the layer line. I was like, y'all can tear these motherfuckers out. I'm like, yo, Adam. She set a hard ass fucking pick. The first play out, set a hard ass pick. I'm going to the basket. After that, I handled it from there because these dudes wasn't letting me breathe.
Yeah.
He set that pick. I scored that layup. They called a timeout at Generali. You could hear him. He was like, do not let fucking Johnson touch the ball. I told you don't let Johnson touch the ball. So now they backed off. So they in the half court set. They playing half court, like pick them up at half court. Right? Because I'm already telling coach like, yo, listen, I don't need to touch the ball. Yo, Brandon or AV. Yeah. Handle that shit. Yeah. I'm coming off these picks.
Oh, okay.
They backed up. They let me come in. The next 6 3-pointers in a row came from half court. Wham! 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 We added them shit. My brother was like 6 in a row. The whole crowd stood there. They went crazy. I mean, they're like, yeah, motherfuckers, y'all niggas can't see me. Now my mother in the stands and all that. But I was just that type of dude. But then after that, they just couldn't do nothing. I was making my way to the basket. I was getting fouled. They couldn't do nothing. We came back, and we was up. No, they was up 20 plus points to us taking the lead. Right? So after, that whole shenanigans, fourth quarter come, I'm still hot, but I don't have to take them shots anymore.
Yeah, because they backed up.
Yeah, I'm getting everybody involved. Boom, boom. Kelsey was a
freshman, sophomore?
I want to say a sophomore. Yeah, Kelsey was a sophomore.
Yep.
They let Kelsey get in the game, so I'm like, yeah, cuz we're going to tear up. We're going to turn, because Kelsey was pretty good at that time. Yeah. We going into, it was like 4 or 5 seconds left. Now you remember, I'm going to take the last shot.
Yeah.
Break them down, boom, boom, boom. And we tied. Ed committed. Ed committed.
You got him to walk out there?
No, he can't. I'm at the basket. He committed.
Okay.
Matter of fact, he dumped on me to play before that.
Okay.
The motherfucker carried me on his lap. That's the funny shit about it, right? Because we was up 2. And it was somewhat still, and it was a fast break, and Ed was flying. So mind you, I'm thinking I'm gonna catch everybody's shit on the backboard. So I'm trying to meet him, and Ed just jumped, and he windmilled the shit, and I was sitting on his
man.
When you see this on tape, you're gonna be like, that shit is.
You went for the ride.
And he was like, yeah, little nigga. So I was like, give me the ball. So that's when I'm walking it down. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, word. Last moments of the game. I got 43 points. We can win this game. Because at the time they used to they had to score things up there. So you see the points. So I see, I got 43. I need more. Ed had 41. I won, nigga. I'm telling you, I won, nigga. Coming down, walking them. Bang, bang. I get to the basket. And I remember Kelsey came. And motherfucker threw the layup.
Oh, that was the game winner layup.
Yes.
Too.
We go overtime. And in the pit, you ain't supposed to win.
Nah.
You're not supposed to win.
Nah.
Them boys came on the bed. They
was ready. They
beat the shit out of us out of that. They wound up beating us by like 15. I finished with 52.
52.
And Ed had 50. And I told him, I won that game, bro. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I won.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all won as a team.
Yeah,
I
won.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? To look back at them memories and see that shit. And like I said, having conversations with the coach, and for me never to get a Division II or a Division III letter, I was destined to be something special, right? Because I'm not. This is no exaggerations, no nothing. I mean, if my brother, y'all get to talk to me, he's gonna tell you. He's gonna sit here and tell you. I still have my shoe boxes because my mother keeps memorabilia.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now, because my mother never came to none of my brother games until I played.
Oh, did you play?
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because of me, but it was just like her 2 babies, and then from that point on, it was like, she just kept following it through. But I never seen a Division II or Division III letter. You know what I mean? And I had a lot of high majors from Syracuse to Tennessee to Arkansas. I had like all the lot of big ass schools. And just to see them like handwritten letters and, you know what I mean, taking the visits to the school and getting to see things like that was just like amazing. Right. You know what I mean? But the difference was I didn't lock in the classroom.
In the classroom.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so it didn't matter how good you was. I mean, you could be good, but it was only going to get you but so far. Right? And back then we had to get a 700 or 740. 720.
Yeah.
I know what's name.
SAT.
And I felt that by like 10 points. And come to find out, when they told us you get 300 points for just writing your name right, I felt really stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I just was like, you know what I mean? Like I said, my mind was a little jaded from that. Yeah. Because I just thought, the end all end is a sport. And the sport, because the rappers and everybody in songs you hear, either way you're going to get out of the projects is slinging rocks, so you got to have a quick
jump shot.
You know what I'm saying?
Wicked jump shot.
Yeah. So I felt like I had the wicked jump shot and I had all that, so I'm out of here. We're gonna rock and roll, we're gonna fly, and I could get my minds up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And it just didn't work out, you know what I mean? And then I got accepted to go to St. Thomas Aquinas. It was in New Britain. And they closed down. That same year I'm going in there, I had a verbal commitment to Tennessee. They took Harris that year coming in. That was like, it was me and him. If I committed and I was able to get the grades, I was going there.
You were going there.
Like if I passed the SATs, but I didn't. So I was gonna have to do a year of prep, and then I'm out. I'm gone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was just heart wrenching, bro. Because after that, it was like I didn't know what else to do with myself. I just was finding myself laying in the projects. I'm laying in the bed, just laying in the projects, like, yo, like, what's next for me? Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like, I did a lot. What's next for me? So I had to go different routes to get to where I had to get to with this basketball. But it carried me and it taught me about life. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of things, but I still stayed true to the game of basketball.
And the good thing about that is, it's like, thinking back, like, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, like, not to say our generation is better than the new generation, but a lot of our generation, we was all winging it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You know, we might get some gems here, but we ain't have nobody go there, come back, say, no, do this.
Right.
Go there. No, go here, there's going to be a period for there. We was all just winging it,
Just
playing. You know what I'm saying? Figuring it out as we go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think, like, with a lot of us that went those extra steps, now we could come back to the younger ones and say, look, boom, this is what you need to work on. All right, yeah, I know you're this tall, but at that level, you're going to be regular.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Work on this, work on that. You know what I'm saying? You're this small, all right, you need to work on this, work on that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have those people coming back.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all did have those, how many of y'all would have listened though? Because one thing somebody said, and it always ring in my ear. Big money little money never told Big Money what to do. Right. So you see somebody coming back, but they right here, and you got the talent, you about to be out, you looking like, nigga, you here, nigga. Why am I gonna listen to you? Honestly though, how many of y'all think would have actually listened?
We didn't have many people go up and so we can see, all right, played overseas or got an NBA check or even to that degree to come back. Like a lot of what I mean, hold on. So when we're in high school, a lot of us is being coached by the same high school coaches that been there for X amount of years. Not the dude that went and got a degree, not the dude that went and played D1, played overseas, came back. Now he's coaching you to walk you where you need to be, what's coming down the road.
I feel you on that. But the question is, how many of y'all you think, if you, like you said, he said, my brother was trying to tell me things, I wasn't listening until I started. So even if you had that, if he's still here, you're going to say, all right, but I'm better than you when what you was here. I'm on my way. How many of you think would have actually listened?
I think a lot of us would have, it depended on the mindset at the time. I think a lot of us would have grabbed some of it.
Listen to y'all tell the stories of all the people. So the names y'all bringing up, how many you think would have actually listened? That's what it is. It's either like most or not.
So to answer that, I would say it's hard because, all right, Phil was God.
Right.
It's hands down. I mean, there's a lot of dudes that, well, no, there was only one other dude besides Phil that dominated the shit out. Well, two. Stevie Johnson was tremendous, but you know, a lot of us didn't really get to see him. We seen him in his later days, right? So then you got Earl Kelly, which Earl Kelly grew up on Bronson Street, but he's all his claim to fame is I'm from New Haven. Because at that time, New Haven and them had more outreaches for people to get all that. So you know, when he came home, those was Phil idols. So Phil looked up to them, right? And these dudes was legendary. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he actually played in the league, right? He played and he got in trouble. But drugs was the plague, right? But then you seen Phil. Phil was 6'4".
He went to the highest level.
Yeah, dominant as fuck. As a freshman. Like
he was a superstar too.
Yes. He was that dude, right? So and this is from experience. When Phil came home, what I learned from Phil was to be flashy, right? Because Phil, at that time, Phil wasn't in his bag to get you right because he was still getting right. But Phil touched a lot of people that had money, and they took care of Phil. Like Phil he come back with Bally shit on and Benzes and Range Rovers and you know what I mean. Whether it was his or not, he came back like, yo, I made it, right? Right. So when you ask us that question, it's hard to say a yes and a no because in that eras of the 80s, early 90s, it was more drug epidemic to people to want to be where I'm going to make millions of dollars. Well, it wasn't even millions. I just want to be paid. I got the chain. So it wasn't for them to give us the knowledge. The knowledge was coming from our uncles that was older than them that was supposed to, you know what I'm saying? But they was strung out. Right. Right? So when he tell you, like, for example, when I talk to little cuz, right? He don't want to hear it all the time. But the difference is we pamper our kids. You know what I mean? We pamper our kids because we don't want them to experience what we experienced. But if we gave them what we went through and see if they can figure it out, they'd be lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know how it feels to walk from Walnut Street to the hill.
Or the boys club from the hill.
The boys club to the hill. Like, our parents wasn't giving us a ride.
No, you better figure it out.
It was like, oh, yo,
we ain't have nobody to catch the bus.
I was talking to cuz AJ yesterday, and we was talking about that, and he said, yo, it's crazy to think we would make those walks late at night, but here's the kicker. It wasn't like we had cell phones for the parents to check on us. Like, yo, where y'all at? It's literally like, once you left, it was it till they seen you. Like,
so they home worried, Jay. And we was hoping, yo, we gonna make it home. But yo, we was so bad, we didn't think about
somebody stealing us.
If a motherfucker jumped out on us, we jumping on his ass. You know what I'm saying? Or it was gonna come to the, yo, you know what? Who's the fastest?
Yo, we taking no.
I'm hitting the woods. We knew shortcuts. We knew everything.
Facts, through people's backyards and all that.
So our mindset was different, right? Our mindsets was they don't know that.
Right.
They know I'm gonna wake up today and mom and dad's gonna.
I'm gonna call mommy, come text her to come pick me up.
We didn't have cell phones, and when we was able to get a cell phone, it was a big block, and that big block wasn't ours. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we had
definitely wasn't text. It was like 50 cents a text.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You call me at 9, bro. At 9.
Exactly. So it's hard to say. It's hard to really say if they would have, because there was people that, like, if you go to other cities and states, they was plagued with getting that knowledge. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or they take the kid. They probably don't give them knowledge. They take the kid if you're nice and work with you. You know what I'm saying? And I remember there was times like Kelvin Glenn and all them would come back, Rob Paternoster and them. Yeah. And I would say this: if Darius Butler was the Pee Wee Kirkland of Connecticut and Waterbury, because he didn't care who you was or how you was. He was going to train you to the T. Yep. If you didn't have game to if you had game, he was going to invest all of his energy into you.
Get you a camp?
Yes.
Basketball camp, Eastern and all that. So camp, get us in camp.
That's where we was able to get a lot of our untold knowledge, right? So, like I said, he used to, like, if you was that good at that time, when the dudes come home from overseas, like Rob Paternoster, he'll make you play. Like, so there was times that I played one-on-one full course with Rob Paternoster, and he's sitting here telling y'all, like, yo, listen, yo, Jay was that Nick. Yo, he ran circles around me. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and he was Rob Paternoster. I ain't even gonna say my age, man. But you know what I'm saying? No, I'm 42. So Rob Paternoster's, cause he probably like 50 now. Rob Paternoster, he's up there, right? Cause Phil about 50, right? Yeah. So he's about 8-10 years older than me, right? And he's running circles around me, and I'm at my prime. I'm not even at my prime. I didn't even touch my prime. I was just still raw, and I should have mopped him up, but he was just smarter, and he knew the game, and he could pace himself and turn up, right?
That's why I kill.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. It's trying to teach them that and give them that. They're not reciprocating of it. They're not taking it because they think they made it already. You know what I mean? Because they see what they see on TV. Right. You know what I mean? We didn't do a lot of the things. Like our TV was off at 8.
Yeah, unless we was speaking.
You know what I'm saying? So NBA game, you had to catch that if you caught it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
facts.
So it's just different, and I sometimes I want my kids to experience it, and I wish they could, but
you remember what I said to you a couple years ago? I said, yo, in order for it was a joke, but I was like, yo, in order for our kids to be great, we gotta drop them up on the hill and say, all right, I see you in 10 years.
10 years, yes.
Turn your back on them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, yo, figure it out.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
One question before you wrap it up.
All right.
Now, in high school, we talked about this before.
Yes.
So this question is directly for you. Everybody has a rival in high school. Who was yours?
My rival?
The rival player. I mean, I know you said you like giving it the Holy Cross because of Evan, but who was Evan your rival, or who was your rival where it's like, yo, the city coming out to see this one? Me and this one go ahead with. I know you mentioned Mike's son.
It was only Mike's son. Because Mike was a senior when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
So it was just me and Ed, like, you know what I mean?
So it was Ed.
Yeah, Ed, it was Ed, yeah, because Wilby wasn't, I mean, Devon would have been, but Devon was ahead of me too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was Ed.
All right.
It was Ed.
Good.
Yeah.
What?
Oh no, I was saying take over.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So, just real quick, and you got 10 seconds to answer. All right. You got a timer? 10 second timer?
Go ahead.
All right. Now, before you supposed to go. Now, top 3 shooters you ever played against. Shooters.
And
High school.
okay.
Top 3 scores.
In the NBL or all over?
We could say NBL.
In the NBL? Okay.
Top 3.
Top 3 scorers.
3, 2, go.
Top 3 shooters was Jay Ladotti, Mike Sullivan. I gotta put my boy Black in there, man. Black
Oh,
Black
okay.
is a shooter. He played out with what's his name.
Yeah.
But as far as scores, man, Mark Robb.
And Mark Robb. Okay.
Mark Robb,
Who you got? Mark Robb.
Mike Sanders definitely could score a lot too, and shit, that's rough.
Devon. Okay.
Devon.
That's a nice list. That's a nice list. Okay. All right. I'm gonna ask everybody at the end, like, who's the top 3 shooters and top 3 scorers. Jay, you know what I'm saying? On behalf of just kind of like Waterbury is we have a rich basketball fraternity in itself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like it's important. You know what I'm saying? The city, I don't know if you like paid attention, but like the last 5-6 years, if you look at the sports, page and basketball season, they always do 10 years ago this day, 20 years ago this day. So Waterbury is known as, no other city does this, paying homage to those back in the day that ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like some of the people that might not have been so famous, or some of the people that we just forgot about, this is our way of just kind of like showing homage and, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You did your thing, and I want people to know that you did your thing and keep doing it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, you know what I'm saying? On behalf of us, you know what I'm saying, for the fam, you know, thank you for,
Thank you.
chopping it up with us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Another Waterbury legend, and you part of this fraternity. So without further ado, this is one of the gifts we like to give our guests on this one.
This is the Crosby jersey.
You gotta open it up, man.
Hold on. I just got to get hung up. Oh, yes.
Take a picture with it.
Yes.
Do that then. Picture at then.
All right.
Yes.
You could have took a snap right there. He just tried to tell me.
I love this, man. I love this. Yes, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you, man. But before I let y'all go, I was the best shooter for the last 30 years. That was in the newspaper. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my pictures? You know what I'm saying? Number 20, legendary. You gotta be a legend to wear number 20.
Excuse me.
Oh, you found that? And then I had Adidas on. You know what I mean? I was busting heck down on that one. Yeah, I was. See, man, I was playing, man. I was. That's some of my stats right there. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. The jamboree, look at that. Oh, as a freshman. 11 points in one quarter, cuz. Y'all get that in the whole game. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, your boy let me know too that his name is always near yours.
Oh, he was asking more to be right there. You know what I'm saying? But I got him right there. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Here we go. Check us out. Yeah.
So listen, you know what I'm saying, for those following us, stay tuned. We're gonna have a legend every couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? But this week we focus on Mr. Johnson, you know what I'm saying? He did great things for the city, you know what I'm saying? He put Crosby on his back when he was playing. He put some of the rec teams on his back when he was playing. He put Wallace on his back when he was playing. And now he's coming back, putting some of these young kids on his back. You know what I'm saying? Teaching them the skill of basketball.
Giving back.
You know what I'm saying? Giving back. You know, so thank y'all for, you know, for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? You can follow us for the fam. What's your IG?
Oh,
Or your social media?
Jacob_Johns20 at IG.
All right. All right, so without further ado, you know what I'm saying, stay tuned. We're going to keep this going, you know what I'm saying? Recognizing our Waterbury greats and our legends. Take care.
Word. Jay Johnson, HP.